Hey, it's Glenys Cox today. Today we're going to, and I'm from Horse Chats. So Horse Chats is a podcast where we have equine industry expert interviews. Lots of experts there. If you're just not sure, go to horsechats.com, search, and just go to the search bar and type in your area of interest, or type in someone that you'd just like to find out a little bit more about, and you'll probably find that podcast and that chat with them. With the International Horse College, if you're interested in a career in the equine industry, go to internationalhorsecollege.com and have a look at the wide variety of courses that we've got there. Today I'm going to be teaching you about beginners, mounting beginners, and also teaching rising trot, making it, because sometimes it's very hard for beginners to get that whole rising trot rhythm and balance and everything else. Now, when we're teaching beginners to mount, the easiest way for them and the best way for the horse is to use a mounting block, okay? So you sort of up more at that level. They don't have to stretch around and everything. So you want a solid, secure mounting block, one that's solid enough to hold their weight, but one preferably with a couple of steps, so they can mount horses of different heights, and it just means that they can step up a little bit, particularly if they're not very confident or not very athletic. The other thing is too that when they are mounted, as they get on, the best way for them is to hold the front of the saddle up the mane, so you're sort of spreading their hands a little bit. Excuse me. Spreading their hands a little bit so they've got that wider base. And think about the difference between riding on a push bike with two wheels and learning to ride on a tricycle. If you can have their hands a little bit spread, have their foot in the stirrup, also support their elbow, and that sort of gives at that third base of support at that level. So supporting their elbow as they're going on really helps with their confidence and really helps with their balance as they get on. Just make sure that they're happy for you to support their elbow before you get on. And then once they're on, everything should be fine. So use a mounting block, support their elbow, and that should be a lot easier for them to get on, especially if they're not very confident. And I've got a bit of a frog in my throat today. Not very confident and not very secure, okay, as they get on. The next thing is the rising trot. And it's just such a hard thing to teach if you don't know this simple trick. The rider has to have the feeling that they actually got to put some work in. Sometimes they, get on the horse and just think that, sitting in the office chair all day, I'll just sit on the chair and it'll be cool, and, the horse will do all the work. And it's not quite like that at all. Anyone who's ridden, at any sort of depth or done any sort of training knows that you've actually got to put some effort into your riding and train your horse rather than just sit there as a passive person. Anyway, so teaching the beginners, if they learn that 2-point seat where they've got to actually get up out of the saddle, balance themselves a little bit and get a little bit of balance before they learn the rising trot, that's going to make it a lot easier to teach the rising trot. They've got to have that strength to be able to do that, to hold it, and that extra bit of balance. Then instead of saying to them up, down, you actually say down, up, down, up. Okay, so they hold the 2-point seat and you say down, up, but you don't say it in the rhythm of the trot. You just say hold the 2-point seat. You have someone, either a quiet horse on the lunge or someone leading them, so they don't have to focus about turning and guiding the horse and steering, guiding or controlling the horse. So someone else is controlling the horse. They're in 2-point seat. Then you can go down, up, and then leave them in 2-point seat for a couple of steps. Then go down, up, leave them again for a couple of steps. Then as they feel that rhythm where they go down and up, and down and up, then you can start to increase the frequency, so they go down, up, down, up, down, up in the sequence of that rising trot. Much better if you start to teach and they're just sitting in the saddle and you go up, down, they tend to go up, bounce, up, bounce, and they're bouncing all over the horse's back. The horses, beginner horses are lovely and quiet and kind, but don't take advantage of them. If there's horses, if they're going bounce, and the horse is hollowing its back and rolling its eyes back and worried about what's going on, you're upsetting the horse. You're going to end up with a horse with a sore back, and then you're not going to be able to keep using it, and it's not going to be able to do its job. So look after your horses, get your riders to do your 2-point seat and go down, up, down up, and also when they mount. Make it easier on the horse's back. Okay, look after your horses. Have a bit of empathy with them. If you've got school horses, they do a wonderful job. And remember to like this page, like the post, and leave a comment if you've got any other questions, particularly about if you're teaching or if you're riding, you've got any particular problems you'd like me to go over. Let me know, and we'll get back to you in the future chat. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.